Palmero, founder of Ulysses. In this video, I will discuss with you how to find profitable small businesses for sale using affiliates. Now, affiliates are a very important channel in our DealFlow origination strategy because they can enable us to scale the amount of opportunities that we receive and get in front of as many business sellers as possible. And I've used them effectively in many countries, in many sectors. My clients also have used them effectively. And the reason why affiliates are so good is because they ultimately enable you to receive opportunities and leverage other people's network to get deal flow. So you don't need to put in a lot of effort on a continuous basis in order to get results. You just do the initial effort and then you let the process take care of itself. Now, the affiliate channel has to be integrated into a broader deal flow origination strategy. As I discussed in other videos, there are multiple channels that we can use to find deal flow. And the way I look at this process is as similarly as possible to lead generation for a normal business. So we want to have channels that bring us leads on a consistent basis and ultimately spend most of our time negotiating and structuring deals that are actually good, that actually match our own acquisition criteria, because that's where we make our money, right? So why is it that affiliates need to be integrated with other channels? Well, because affiliates alone won't cut it. You can leverage the network of other people and the network of the affiliates, but the channel itself is not going to be super predictable, right? Because it was going to be greatly dependent on how well connected your affiliates are and how much effort they put into finding opportunities for you. So you need to have other channels that are more predictable, like calls, emails, outreach of some way, in some kind of networking and stuff like that. But the point is, affiliates can deliver to you quality opportunities that need less qualification and need you to take less steps in order for you to build a relationship with the business owner. And there is a reason for that, which I'm going to explain in a second. But before we actually do that, what is it that I mean when I'm talking about affiliates? Well, certainly I'm not talking about investment bankers, I'm not talking about brokers, I'm not talking about lawyers or accounting firms that might have opportunities listed for sale. What I'm talking about is professionals within a certain industry that ultimately have connections within that industry and that can ultimately establish a conversation with business owners because they already know them, because they already have a relationship with them, because they've been in business with them for a long time. One example I can give you is the medical field. Let's say that we want to buy clinics or medical centers, for example. We might want to reach out to doctors that are within a specific geographic area because these people are going to be in contact with each other. They will join conventions together. They will be on training sessions together. Maybe they also worked together in the past. And as a consequence, their set of relationships and network can benefit us because they can have a really informal discussion with a lot of business owners about whether or not they're open for selling their company. And that is really the key to affiliates, because once you have people that are already in the industry, it is much easier for you to build a relationship if you're introduced by them, right? Because through them, you get to talk with the person and you're taken seriously because this doctor or this affiliate of yours already has done due diligence on you. And so I found affiliates to be very effective for accelerating the process of getting in front of business owners that are ultimately interested in selling their business. Now, of course, this is a win-win relationship, meaning you can reach out to the affiliates, mentioning and sharing with them the idea of introducing you to business owners that are interested in selling their company. But ultimately, they need to get something back from you. And that, again, it totally depends on you and also on the rules and regulations of your home country. You might want to pay them a fee for it or a percentage of the deal. It really depends on the rules and regulations. So there's no unique answer to this question if you're wondering about it. So the point is, and I guess the bottom line is, both sides need to benefit from the relationship. That's why they are affiliates, right? And once you start reaching out to some people in the industry and you pitch to them the idea, a few of them will become interested in working with you on this. And as a consequence, they will start leveraging their network to put you in front of business owners that are entertaining the idea of selling the business, or maybe they already thought about selling the business in the past. They tried it and they didn't, they weren't able to do that. So affiliates ultimately make you skip all the steps that go from I don't know you to, okay, let's talk about selling my business, because they bridge that gap for you and they ultimately put you in front of the guy and they establish the conversation for you. So long story short, affiliates are very effective from that perspective, because what I've seen using them both in America, in the Middle East, and in Europe is that the leads that I get are generally quite good. So the businesses that I receive are generally quite committed in exiting, so they will be motivated sellers. Depending on how well you train the affiliates, you might get leads that are already qualified or that are unqualified. And what do I mean by that is this. Fundamentally, you might want to share with the affiliates some of your acquisition criteria so that they can discuss it with the owners before they actually introduce them to you, so that the owner avoids wasting time and you avoid wasting your time. But of course, that will require and necessitate a little bit of legwork and a little bit of effort from the affiliate himself. So some people might not be open for that idea, others might be. Depending on whether or not they do that work and whether or not you want them to do that work, you might receive better or worse leads, right? You might get just business owners that are interested in selling, but you need to qualify them for your own specifications, so revenue, company size, profitability, and so forth. Or you might already receive deals that are already filtered based on those criteria. So these are really premium acquisitions, right? Because all the work has already been done. You just need to initiate the discussion and then start the negotiation. It ultimately depends on you, ultimately also the fee that you're willing to pay to the affiliate, because the bigger the fee, in my experience, the more the effort it will put into qualifying the target for you. But ultimately, what you will receive, based on from my experience, is a very qualified lead that you can then interact with and discuss with, when it comes to acquiring the business. We have used affiliates many times when we consult with clients, when we work with people one-on-one, or when we also build up strategies for companies and individuals that want to acquire multiple businesses. And the way we use affiliates is, again, an integration with other channels, because affiliates do take some time to ramp up. You need to build these relationships with professionals in the industry. You are going to need some time to develop these relationships correctly. But once you have them, they're going to bring an inflow of leads that are, consistent over time. Of course, it is harder to track the performance of the affiliates. I mean, it's not hard to track the performance, it's hard to track how much inflow they're going to send across to you, because you don't know how wide their network is and how much work they're going to put into this. But my experience has been that after you start getting quite a lot of affiliates, let's say 5, 10, 15 affiliates, you can expect to receive opportunities that are available for sale on a weekly basis. And that's really all you can ask for, because with this channel integrated with maybe an email channel, cold calling, networking, and many others, can really fuel your pipeline and ultimately enable you to focus all your attention on negotiating and closing good deals instead of spending a lot of time finding them, right? And the more affiliates you get, of course, the better it will get, because you will receive more opportunities. And based on how you wish to acquire targets, you may want to have affiliates in different geographies, so that 2-3 people are targeting a specific city or a specific region, others are focusing on something else. And so you can get quite a lot of coverage by working with other people, and of course giving them some kind of benefit for the effort that they're putting in on your behalf. So ultimately, affiliates are one of the good foundations of our system when it comes to finding deal flow. We use it again when we consult with clients. We show them how to recruit, train, and manage affiliates correctly. In other cases, we just do the work for them. So if the selected amount of people are retaining us as their own deal flow originator, we also build the affiliate channel on their behalf. But that is not something that we do consistently, simply because it is a very bespoke service that is charged, thousands of dollars, and just a few individuals qualify for that service and ultimately are willing to commit to that type of service. Based on my experience, people can manage affiliates once they understand how the system works. So what we generally do is we show them how to handle the process over our consulting sessions, and then they take the process and they implement it on their own. That's why affiliates are so effective, because they enable you to accomplish scale within a short period of time. So that's ultimately it when it comes to affiliates, and we will talk in the next one.